All right, guys, we back at it again, man. I couldn't fit this in the last video, man. There's so much stuff going on. And you guys are supporting the channel so much. I appreciate you guys, man. Continue to support the channel. That's why I continue to bring you this news, man. These situations going on in our country. Take the $5 challenge via PayPal or via the Cash App or via the Super Chat if you're watching this as a premiere. Subscribe to all the channels. Hit the bell notification. Switch it to all. Make sure the bell notification is on all so you're notified about all my uploads, because you guys are missing a lot of content. This is not the only channel I post videos on. I do premieres on live streams. A mass shooting in San Diego. And you guys know I was in San Diego a few years ago. I went to a wedding. We stayed at Torrey Pines. The wedding was in La Jolla, somewhere in the neighborhood in San Diego. But we stayed at the hotel I stayed at was Torrey Pines. Some of you might remember. It was February of 2018. I did videos from there, from the hotel. Some of you guys may remember that. But beautiful city. Got off the plane, taking the cab to the hotel. I seen some guy skating down the street with a surfboard in his hands. I said, well, goddamn. Beautiful city, no trash on the ground anywhere. People speak. And it reminded me of Anchorman. Stay classy, San Diego. Great city. Lovely people. They had a mass shooting last night. And this brother's upset about some details about the mass shooting. He's very upset. He wants you to know that there was a mass shooting in downtown San Diego last night. 1 dead, 4 injured. The killer was a 33-year-old white male. He was tased and taken into custody. The police brought a taser to a confirmed gunfight. I really effing hate this shit. All right. So this black guy's mad. Now, a lot here. First off the bat, first order of business. Could a white guy keep his Twitter account if he complained that a black mass shooter was only tased and taken into custody and not killed? You know the answer to that. Second off, okay, they caught the guy. The two I did yesterday, the one in Pensacola and the one in Atlanta, they don't have nobody in custody. The majority of mass shootings that happen in the black community, there's nobody in custody. And I've, kind of scrolled through some of his tweets. He hasn't addressed that. The majority of mass shootings in the black community, there's no one in custody. They can't even get people to cooperate at the scene. So this one was a white guy, and they have him in custody. But this guy wanted him to die because Micaiah died and Dante died because they was black. Dante Wright died because he was black. Cop said, ooh, cop was on the force for 26 years. Officer Potter. And in her 26th year, she, working hand in hand with a black cop, said, here's my moment. I'm going to kill me a black guy. This one. So she laid in wait. She said she already knew. She said, this the black guy I'm going to kill. I've been working to beat Minneapolis area all this time. They ran into Somalians, Ethiopians, Nigerians, dark-skinned Negroes, brown-skinned Negroes. But this the black guy that I'm going to kill. And I kill him because he black. She was like, and she waited and waited. And her opportunity finally presented herself. As Dante broke away from the handcuffs and jumped back in the car. And then she pulled out her gun and said, taser, taser, and shot him. And she finally got to kill a black person. And that's how niggas think. Niggas think that is racist. That's the only reason she killed him, because he was black. Well, this guy's in custody. So we got this guy in custody, man. This mass shooter's in custody, unlike many of the mass shooters. But when I hear black people complain about mass shootings, they're always talking about white people. You know what? Let's go look at the mass shooters for this year. Let's just see the mass shooter index for this year. I've done several videos on 2019 and 2020. So if you guys, you got to go back and look through my videos. If you're new, go watch all my videos. Go just binge watch them. I've already talked about 2019, 2020. Okay. Let's just see who's doing the mass shootings this year, 2021. All right, so the mass shooting info, dot info. Every person convicted, charged, or wanted in connection with the shooting of 4+ people or who died before they could be charged. So this is the ones that, even the ones that got killed by the racist cops after they mass shot up or committed suicide. So they only have 66 of the 120 mass shootings that have suspects for them. The 66 of the 121. Why? Because the majority of those happen in black communities and they can't get any information from even the victims. Okay? So those 60 that they don't have any suspects for, all 60 of those are black shooters and black victims. All 60 of them. Or 50, whatever, 55, whatever, are those ones. All of them. There's not one mass shooting where a white guy did it and he's not in custody or dead. Even by suicide or got killed by the cops. Not one. But there's 55. Where some niggas right now drinking liquor at the club or shooting dice somewhere. They done forgot about this shit. They done did so many shootings since this, they done forgot about it. You gotta jog these niggas. Remember that shooting you did when you shot them 7 people? Huh? What you talking about? I don't know. Oh, that one. Yeah. That was before the time we just shot the dude in the alley, right? These niggas run around killing shit. So let's see. Lot of brothers. Lot of brothers, man. There's quite a few sisters on here, too. Goodness gracious. Woo. And a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, brothers, they don't kill a lot of victims in their mass shootings. They just mostly shoot people, shoot up a bunch of people. The wounded number be high, but the murder numbers be low. So let's see this one in Chicago. He was killed. This guy. 8 victims. He killed 6 and wounded 2. This brother killed 6 people and wounded 2. This year in Chicago. Indianapolis. This brother, 17-year-old brother. He killed 6 and wounded 1. Y'all don't, this happened this year. I know y'all like, damn, like I don't remember that one because I did videos on most of y'all these. Brothers, because a lot of times brothers think, we see brothers mass shoot. When brothers do mass shoot, people think, oh, well, you know, it might be 9 people hit, but only 1 person died. When a white person do a mass shooting, it'd be like 18 people hit and like 14 people dead. White mass shooters be like accurate and shit. But I'm telling you, man, yeah, but that's because you see when a white person do mass shooting, you see it on TV on auto repeat so much that you're like, oh, okay. But when these brothers do it, they do so many. It's such a large pool, and you don't even hear about them like that. This brother, Muskogee, Oklahoma. He killed 6 and wounded 1. Like, brothers be putting up some numbers, man, on their mass shootings, man. It's not all, you know, 5 shot, nobody dead, shit like that. Brothers be putting up some numbers. So, like, the majority of the people on here are black, man. And as a black man, if you tweeting about mass shootings, man, and you wilding about white people, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, you should, like, just for the sake of the fact that 75% of the victims of mass shootings are black. The last thing on your mind is, oh, the white guy only got taken into custody. Well, God damn it. There's 55 mass shootings where brothers ain't even in custody. They just out here. And this brother, his tweet is emblematic. It's not like he the only one that tweets like this. You got politicians, you got journalists that tweet like this, NBA players, NFL players that tweet like this. So, but this one just caught because it's about the mass shooting we about to get into now.
Follow. We have a shooting here. We have another shooting scene, another block up. The homicide lieutenant describing the path of violence as a gunman shot several people in the Gaslamp quarter. The suspect leaving crime scenes behind from 5th and J Street to 5th and G, where officers eventually took him into custody. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aaron is joining us live from the scene. Jared, this has kept investigators busy all night.
Good morning, Virginia. This is the corner of 5th and J, and you can see it is still blocked off by police tape, and several others are as well. Lots of police activity going on right now, and this is more than 8 hours after the shooting started. That was at about 10:30 last night. You see all the police officers still here. We have learned that 1 person has been killed, 4 others injured. Let me break this down for you piece by piece, take you through how it all played out last night. It started at 5th and J. That's near the Pendry Hotel, where police say 1 man man was shot and killed. Witnesses tell us the shooter started an argument with that victim before shooting him. The suspect then walked to the other scene, 5th and Island, where people say he shot 4 more people, victims laying and sitting on the ground. Witnesses tell us the shooter was purposefully bumping into people and arguing with them. Some of those witnesses chased after the shooter to try and stop him from hurting more people, and then police arrived. They started chasing after the suspect as well.
Some of those witnesses chased the shooter. I advise you, man, if you in a community, don't do that, man. Don't do that with any mass shooter. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't chase no mass shooter, man. Let him go. So yeah, if you in a place where they haven't yet defunded the police, obviously San Diego's not one of them because you saw the police response, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't chase no mass shooter, man. Unless, like, he going in some place where your family's at. Yeah, but I don't know, man. That's crazy, man.
Started an argument with that victim before shooting him. The suspect then walked to the other scene, 5th and Island, where people say he shot 4 more people, victims laying and sitting on the ground. Witnesses tell us the shooter was purposefully bumping into people and arguing with them. Some of those witnesses chased after the shooter to try and stop him from hurting more people, and then police arrived. They started chasing after the suspect as well. This is exclusive footage from our 10 News breaking news tracker. They had to fight with the shooter. The police did when they finally caught up with him, even tase him before arresting him and taking him to the hospital. We have learned 3 of those victims that he shot are in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 4th treated and released here at the scene. People who were here last night tell 10 News that the whole thing was chaotic and unnerving.
So this is kind of like really has you on the nerves because it looked like he was just targeting anybody, you know what I mean? Somebody that was just kind of agitated, and it really puts everybody on edge.
People who live here in the Gaslamp have told me this morning that, they're used to shootings that happen down here. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, they kind of know what to expect. They say this was unlike anything they'd ever experienced, and it really has them nervous and kind of, like you just heard, on edge this morning. Live in the Gaslamp, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jared, some heroic behavior. We know witnesses rushed to stop that gunman, turned into a struggle that ended with the suspect injured. What's the update on him?
Well, we haven't heard how his condition is this morning. We do know, though, like I said, he was taken to the hospital after being tased, and police even said they had to fight with him a little bit to get him under control and arrest him. They say this is part of the procedure, though, anytime that somebody is tased, to take them to the hospital. Take a listen at how they described what happened last night.
There were a lot of witnesses around that did follow and actually contacted the male. I believe that there was a struggle when an officer caught up, because they're kind of following this path of he went that way sort of stuff. When the officer did catch up, the struggle continued, and the officer did have to deploy his taser. The suspect is at the hospital being treated. It's part of our protocol that whenever someone is struck by a taser, that they do have to be treated, and I believe that there were some other injuries as a result of the struggle with the citizens.
And Virginia, even though it was a Thursday night, even though there's a pandemic going on, it was still pretty busy here in the Gaslamp. Police are asking anybody that witnessed this or has any more information to give them a call, help out their investigation. Live in the Gaslamp, Jared Aarons, ABC 10.
Okay, so we got another brother upset that the shooter was taken into custody. I just gotta assume, and I know for a fact, just from my family and the black people that I'm around, they don't know that there's 55 mass shootings this year. The suspect's black, and he's not in custody. He's just out there. They don't know that, and we're the only channel that covers it. You probably never heard that anywhere. And there are 55 mass shootings where the suspect is black and he's not in custody in this country this year. That is an amazing stat. Like, just think about if Don Lemon or Anderson Cooper said that. People would be like, what? Like, you guys here are desensitized. So y'all know the truth. But think about somebody who just was in their little echo chamber bubble. And you told them, yeah, it's April. We know it's April. So what? There are 55 mass shooting suspects that aren't in custody, that are still on the lam. And all of them are black. And the victims of their mass shootings are black too. I mean, you know, since everybody's talking about Black Lives Matter, I just thought I'd interject that into the conversation. And a lot of people gonna say, man, you always talking about black people. Well, actually, if you go on CNN, the black man was shot by a white cop. A black girl is dead because she's black. And the black, all you hear is black from them. That's all they talk about. It's race. A black child is dead because he was black, and the cop didn't shot him because he was black. Twitter, that's all you hear them talk about. So I'm going to talk about race too. Black, the black race. Yeah, man. Brothers be upset when the white dude get caught. They want the white dude dead. Brothers want you dead when you white. And that dude probably ain't shoot no brothers. This dude probably killed all white people, or killed a white person probably because if you. Hold on. First of all, had this guy, this mass shooter in San Diego, grazed had he one of the people he bumped was black. Let's just say he didn't shoot nobody. Let's just say when he was walking down the street bumping people. If one of those people was black, that would have been a goddamn hate crime. If one of them was Asian, that would have been a hate crime. We would have had a conversation. The man. If this white guy had just been walking down the street bumping people, everything else from the incident, he didn't shoot the first guy, he didn't go down the street and shoot 4 more people. Let's just take, he bumping people. He walking through the crowd bumping people, and he bumping black people. And Asian people. That would have been on the news. Good Morning America would have covered that. Why Good Morning America's not covering that? Because they assumed that this is a black guy. Everyone assumed that this was a black guy. No one thought this was a white guy.